Rewire your brain before it destroys you. In 2024, the average person spent over 7 hours a day in front of screens, and more than half of the global population said they felt mentally exhausted without doing anything. But what's really draining us from the inside isn't stress, it's comfort. It's that warm trap of mental autopilot, scrolling, consuming, repeating the same thought loops, not growing, just surviving. And when the brain gets too comfortable, it stops evolving. It resists change. It clings to what's familiar, even if that familiarity is toxic. But here's the truth. You are not broken. You are miswired. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to rewire your brain before it destroys you. We'll dive deep into mental rewiring techniques backed by neuroscience, designed to help you overcome negative thought patterns, eliminate autopilot behaviors, and reset your mindset for personal growth and long-term clarity. This is your mindset reset, your blueprint to break free. So take a deep breath, and let's begin. Chapter 1. Why your brain isn't helping you. Your brain is a supercomputer, but it wasn't built for happiness. It was built for survival. That's why it constantly scans for threats, for what might go wrong, for anything that feels uncertain. This is called the negativity bias, and every human has it. You remember the one insult more than the 99 compliments. You fixate on failure and doubt more than on hope and possibility. That's not weakness. It's ancient wiring. But here's what's exciting. That wiring, it can change. Your brain is plastic, and that means it can be reprogrammed. This is what neuroscience calls neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to create new pathways, break old loops, and rebuild its own structure based on what you repeat and what you focus on. Every thought you entertain, every emotion you rehearse, every habit you perform, is reinforcing a neural circuit. The good news? You don't have to be a prisoner of your past wiring. You can rewire your brain for positivity, mental strength, and long-term emotional discipline. You just have to train it. The same way you'd train a muscle. Chapter 2. The cost of mental autopilot. Let's talk about autopilot, that state where you go through the motions without really living. You wake up. You check your phone. You feel the same low-level anxiety. You eat without tasting. You scroll without thinking. You work without joy. You sleep without peace. And repeat every single day. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you lack motivation. It's that your brain is trapped in loops it doesn't know how to escape. And here's the danger. The more you repeat the same negative cycles, the deeper they get. You become neurologically wired for worry, procrastination, distraction, and disconnection from your own potential. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can interrupt the loop. You can create new mental patterns. You can perform a brain reset, not through magic, but through daily choices. Chapter 3. Mental rewiring starts with awareness. Here's your first step in mental rewiring. Awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of, so begin to notice. What thoughts run through your mind in the first 10 minutes of your day? What patterns keep showing up in your relationships? What internal stories are you still believing? Write them down. Interrupt them. Question them. I'm not disciplined enough. Is that true? Or just a story you've rehearsed? I never finish anything. Or is that just a thought reinforced by 2 or 3 unfinished attempts? These beliefs are not facts. They're just mental habits. And any habit can be broken. Awareness breaks the loop. And with each broken loop, you create space for something. Chapter 4. Starting your rewire. Small shifts, big results. Let's simplify. Rewiring your brain doesn't start with a full life overhaul. It starts with small, repeated shifts. 5 minutes of stillness in the morning. 1 empowering affirmation before checking your phone. Drinking water before caffeine. Choosing one task and finishing it without distraction. Writing down 3 things you're grateful for every single night. Each small shift is a vote for the person you're becoming. Each repetition is reinforcing a new neural circuit. And here's what the research says. When you consistently apply these mental rewiring techniques, your brain begins to favor the new pathway. You literally change your default mode, from doubt to clarity, from stress to peace. This is how you rewire your brain for positivity, not through intensity, but through consistency. If this is already resonating with you, drop a comment below. What mental pattern are you ready to break? Hit the like button if you're committed to resetting your mindset. And don't forget to subscribe. The next chapters go even deeper. Chapter 5. Emotions are messengers, not masters. Here's a truth almost no one tells you. You have every right to feel your emotions, but you're under no obligation to obey them. Sadness, fear, frustration, anxiety. These emotions aren't enemies. They're signals. They're messengers. But they are not your identity. You are not an anxious person. You're a person who's currently experiencing anxiety. There's a huge difference. When you observe emotions like passing weather, you stop being ruled by them. Emotions are like waves. They rise and fall. But you are the ocean underneath, still, vast, and steady. Chapter 6. Gratitude, the brain's reset button. Let us talk about one of the most powerful and most overlooked tools for rewiring your mind. Gratitude. Not the kind you fake in an Instagram caption. Not the autopilot 3 things I'm thankful for list you rush through. I'm talking about radical embodied gratitude, the kind that stops you in your tracks, makes you breathe deeper, and say, even in all of this, life is still beautiful, because even on your hardest days, you are surrounded by miracles. Can you see the sunlight? Feel warmth on your skin? Did you eat today? Is your heart still beating? That's not nothing. That's everything. And the science agrees. Gratitude doesn't just improve your mood, it actually rewires your brain. It activates reward centers, increases dopamine, builds emotional resilience. And over time, gratitude literally becomes your brain's new default state. So here's a challenge. Let gratitude become your anchor. Return to it, especially when your mind tries to drown you in everything that's going wrong. Chapter 7. Escaping the negativity addiction. That's right, negativity is addictive. It gives the illusion of control. It feels safe. It pretends to protect you, but it slowly eats you from the inside. You know the cycle. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I'm not enough? But here's a question we don't ask enough. What if you win? What if you rise? What if the very thing you going through is shaping a version of you that easy success never could? Thinking negative doesn't make you realistic. It makes you stuck. But here's the truth. You are not a slave to these patterns. You can rewire your brain to stop negative thinking, with awareness, with choice, with daily action. Every time you interrupt a toxic loop and replace it with a stronger thought, you're not just changing your day, you're changing your brain. Chapter 8. Escaping mental autopilot. Here's something most people don't realize. Up to 95% of your daily behavior is unconscious. It's not you making decisions. It's your habits, your mental programming. And unless you interrupt the pattern becomes your life. So ask yourself, are your habits aligned with who you want to become? Or are they just leftovers from who you used to be? This is your wake-up call. Audit your routine. Audit your inputs. Audit your inner narrative. You're not trapped. You're just repeating. Change the repetition, change the result. Chapter 9. Expect the best, but do the work. Expecting good things to happen isn't naive. It's strategy. Because when you believe in something better, your behavior changes. You show up with more confidence. You speak with more power. You act with more courage. But let's be clear. Expecting the best does not mean waiting for a miracle. It means aligning your belief with preparation. Expectation plus consistent action equals manifestation. You have to do the work, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one is clapping. Because the seeds you plant today are the harvest of your next chapter. Chapter 10. You get to restart every day. Every morning is a reset button. You don't have to carry yesterday's pain into today. You don't have to repeat the same thought loops. You don't have to drag past failure into new opportunities. If you woke up today, if you're breathing right now, then there is still purpose in you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say out loud, "Today, I choose peace. I choose clarity. I choose to grow." The past only owns you if you keep carrying it. Let go. You've got work to do, dreams to chase, a life to build, and it starts again, today. If this part of the message landed in your heart, drop a comment. What's one thing you're letting go of today? Hit like if this gave you the reset you needed. Subscribe now. We're just getting started. Chapter 11. Pain reveals purpose. Let's talk about something we try to avoid. Something raw. Something uncomfortable. Pain. Not the Instagram version. Not the quote over a sunset kind. Real pain. The kind that knocks the breath out of you. That leaves you wondering if you'll ever feel whole again. The kind that makes the room go silent inside your mind. But here's what most people don't know. Pain is not the opposite of purpose. It's the birthplace of it. Think about it. The person who battled addiction becomes the counselor. The woman who felt invisible becomes the speaker. The man who hit rock bottom becomes the teacher. Pain leaves clues. And when you choose to face it, not run from it, you gain a wisdom that no book can teach. Your scars aren't signs of weakness. They're symbols of transformation. Chapter 12. Failure isn't final. We've been conditioned to fear failure, to see it as a signal to stop, to take it personally. But what if failure was never meant to shame you, but to shape you? Behind every breakthrough story is a trail of mistakes, wrong turns, rejections, closed doors. But those weren't dead ends. They were detours, leading to strength, strategy, and self-trust. Failure doesn't mean you're not enough. It means you're in the arena. So the next time you fail, don't retreat. Recalibrate. Because every failure carries feedback. And every setback, if used well, becomes a stepping stone toward the version of you who no longer gives up. Chapter 13. Your brain is built to change. Let's bring it back to science, to the incredible truth of neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed. It's not hardwired. It's adaptive, responsive, and constantly remodeling itself. That means you can rewire your brain with new thoughts, new environments, new challenges, and most importantly, new choices. Every single time you respond differently to an old trigger, you weaken the old circuit and reinforce a new one. And here's what's fascinating. Even imagining a different response can start to change your brain. Visualization, rehearsal, mindful awareness. These are not fluff. They're mental rewiring techniques backed by neuroscience. Your mind is a garden. What you feed, grows. What you starve, fades. So starve your fears and feed your faith. Chapter 14. Believe it before you see it. Most people wait until they see results to start believing. But true transformation starts the other way around. You have to believe before you see. Your brain operates on mental blueprints, and belief is the architect. The moment you start thinking, "This is possible for me," your actions change. Your posture shifts. Your habits follow. Doubt keeps you passive. Belief makes you bold. So speak life into your future, even if it feels shaky. Declare what's possible, even if you're the only one who believes it. Because sometimes, your voice has to go first, before reality catches up. Chapter 15. The root of real confidence. Confidence isn't loud. It isn't fake. It isn't walking into a room like you own it. Real confidence is quiet. It's built in the dark. And it's born when you keep the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say, "I'll wake up early," and you do. "I'll finish this workout," and you finish. I'll take care of myself today, and you follow through. You build a private trust that no one can take from you. That's the kind of confidence that doesn't need applause, because it's not performative. It's foundational. Chapter 16. Your future needs you. Look, you are not an accident. You're here for a reason. There are people you haven't met yet who will be changed by your presence. There are places your feet are meant to walk into. There are lives only you can touch. But none of that happens if you stay hidden, if you keep waiting, if you keep postponing your potential. Your future needs you, not the perfect version of you, the present one, messy, real, and willing. Start messy, start slow, start scared, but start. If something in this block spoke to you, share it in the comments. What was the line, the idea, the moment that shifted your perspective? Let's create that ripple together. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now. This is your space for clarity, growth, and brain rewiring. Chapter 22. Build a vision that outlives you. Your time here is short, but your impact? That can last forever. Build something that echoes. Dream so big it makes others uncomfortable. Be so grounded that your energy brings people peace. Whether it's your family, your art, your voice, your example, make it matter. You're not just here to exist. You're here to build legacy. This is your time. You've waited long enough. You've doubted long enough. You've played small long enough. This is your time. Not next year. Not when you feel ready. Not after everything is perfect. Now. The moment you decide to rise, everything begins to shift. Rewiring your brain isn't a one-time event. It's a daily act of faith, of commitment, of choosing who you want to become, and showing up for that person. So go. Be bold. Fail loudly. Learn fast. Love deeply. Live fully. Because the pen has always been in your hands. And today, you start writing a new chapter. If this video moved something inside you, drop a comment right now. What will you change starting today? Let's fill this comment section with real transformation. Hit like. It tells the algorithm this matters. Subscribe. This journey is just beginning. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it to them. It might just be the reset they've been waiting for. You were never broken. You were just running outdated programming. Now you know how to rewire your brain and take back your life. So breathe, smile, and step forward. Your next level just unlocked. Just habits.